Welcome back again, Dime to Diamonds. We appreciate you joining us, and we love hearing from our listeners. 918-890-8311. If you're out and about in Broken Arrow, hanging out on Main Street, you can always pop in and say hello. We are right above the Main Street Tavern there. Pop in, grab some popcorn. It's the best that you'll get here in Broken Arrow, and say hello. We'd love to talk to you. 918-890-8311. That website, dimetodiamondsradio.com. You know, over the next few decades, it's estimated that tens of trillions of dollars will be passed down from baby boomers to younger generations. It's actually being called the Great Wealth Transfer. But researcher Ed Yardini, he tells CNBC that a lot of that money is headed to them now.
Look, the kids, we didn't really like their friends. They didn't listen to us. They didn't clean up their rooms. Why leave them anything? $80 trillion, it's going to be hard to spend all of that. And I know from personal experience that a lot of us are helping our kids. It's not cheap out there. Rent is high. Auto insurance is crazy. And so I think a lot of the baby boomers are already transferring some of their wealth to the youngins. And I think that's another reason that the economy is remaining resilient.
I tend to agree with him on this. I know some folks that are helping their kids because they just can't get jobs that are affording to their lifestyle or living exactly with its high inflation. So money is going out quicker. How do you prepare the next generation to handle that inheritance wisely, whether it's today, 20, 30 years from now?
It's education. I'm telling you, and that's what I tell the people that I'm talking with is like, you know, you're leaving this person. This is the last conversation, last client last night, and you're leaving them a lot of money. And you think he's irresponsible now and he's lazy. What is going to happen? It's just going to perpetuate. Like it's going to make that whole behavior grow. So, you know, and I've learned something, Jess, after sitting with thousands of families. Parents spend decades building wealth. But what they actually want to leave their kids is not so much money, it's peace. They want them to have that peace of mind. And, you know, I've seen siblings stop speaking over inheritances. And that was another client yesterday. She goes, you know, you always hear that people, you know, once money gets involved. And she said, my brothers just lost their mind, lost their darn mind is what she said. But she said, it's just crazy. And I said, yeah. And I'm sure your dad would not have wanted that. And mom is in a home right now because of mental dementia. So,
well, and it's one of those, I think it's one of the pieces that, you know, families that are successful with their transitionings is that the parents communicated their wishes before it was too late.
Yep.
They went ahead and had those hard conversations. It also reduces that confusion and the family conflict because this is what was actually said. This isn't what one person thought was going to happen, or, well, dad one time said this, but it wasn't even, you know, quoted. And so it's, if they have those real conversations and line it out, then you can mitigate or lessen some of these conflicts that could occur. And then I think you're 100% on the head that people shouldn't look at their wealth transfer, the money being the most important piece. Mm-hmm. It's understanding how to manage that amount of money when they get it. Because as you've stated, if you are living in a situation where everything that you get is what you need to spend because of your cost of living, and you really have these essentials, when you get this large amount, you're going to continue in those habits because that is your financial habit.
Yep.
So at that point in time, it's about educating them that you don't necessarily need to spend everything you get just because you have it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I think people would be shocked to the conversations that I hear these adults, these parents that have, and a lot of times the kids know they have money, but they don't know how much money they have. They would be shocked that the parents are like, is there a charity that you would recommend? Because I don't want to destroy my children's lives and they are entitled and they are making horrible decisions and I don't want them to go over, like, you know what I mean? Completely off the rails and it injure them. And then now my grandkids are going to get the effects of it. Or how do I skip that next generation?
Right.
And, you know, I want to back up, Jess, on that 82 trillion is what that number is. There's over 34 trillion right now coming into the hands of women because a lot of that money, that's who it's being left to. And so these women are not just worried about, like the man usually is linear, just I'm worried about taking care of my wife. That wife is looking at, kids, grandkids, behaviors, fur babies, their church, all this stuff. So if you've got somebody that's a female that's inheriting it, you can't just assume that you're getting it if you don't have, you know, if you're not responsible with what you have and you're on Struggle Street now. I haven't yet to see anybody that says, hey, they're really having a hard time because they're making poor decisions.
Right.
I want to leave this $1 million to them. It doesn't happen. It goes to the church.
But they expect for it to come.
Right. And I had somebody yesterday at the conference table, and he said, my dad passed away and he left a will. Mom passed away like 5 years ago, and it's in another state. And so my brother who lives in that state, we keep asking what's going on, and it's been 2 years. And I know the family home's gone, and like, I know he's had different accounts, but what do I do and how do I find out? I said, do you understand what a will is? It's a letter to the judge.
Right.
But ultimately, it's who's in front of that judge and who is on that behalf of that person who's passed away. The judge decides.
Correct.
The judge is going to decide. A trust, you get total control. There's no judge, no attorneys, who's in the state, who's not in the state. None of that it's done. You put it in the trust. You can change it on an irrevocable, but it gives you the control long after you've passed away. Where a will, all you're doing is getting a fancy notarized piece of paper that someone's going to take if they take it, because I had a brother-in-law that it disappeared. His fancy notarized piece of paper disappeared. So the judge is like, okay, I want to hear from anybody that has any interest in this estate. And that's who he listens to, and then hits the gavel and says, okay, it has to go in the newspaper. We got to let everybody know that he passed away. And when the next hearing is, if anybody else wants to put claim on all his stuff, I want to hear it. Then we get another court hearing, and then the judge decides. This rando.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't know anything. So I told him, I said, I don't know. I'm not an attorney. We don't practice law, but I can just let you know if it's been a couple of years and everything has all been settled, that judge made that decision. And does the judge know about you?
Yeah. That
Did he know?
don't know.
Did he actually get the will? Who handed the judge the will? Somebody had to hire an attorney. You don't just go find a judge at McDonald's and hand him it. You know what I mean? You had to get an attorney. Somebody had to pay to go before the judge and say, please settle this estate. That's what a will does. And if I'm making somebody mad, an attorney or something, I'm not trying to. I'm just telling you the truth. And that's what we do in our office. We expose everything and then let you make your own decisions. Because then it's all on you. So if you're listening right now and that is you and you don't have an estate plan and you don't have to have an estate, estate doesn't mean you have an electric gate with a remote control. An estate is anything that belongs to you: checking, savings, car, vehicles, motorcycles, boats, airplanes. Yesterday was airplanes, jewelry, car. I don't care. Whatever.
Yep.
Medical directives and a durable power of attorney. You need to get it done. If you want to get it done for less than $700, then please call right now, set an appointment. Let's talk about it. If you want to go spend $2,500 to $7,000, there are so many law firms out there you can go do that with. But get it done.
Yeah. It's essentially a gift to yourself and essentially a gift to your heirs as well. Give a call today. That's 918-890-8311. 918-890-8311. Before we leave this topic, guys, I found this really interesting clip on TikTok. This young guy and his mom kind of going back and forth, talking a little bit about their retirement and how they spend their money. I wonder if you guys see this a lot in the office and really who can identify with it. Listen to this.
I don't know if you feel the same when your parents start to spend money where it's like, yo, that's not really how I want my inheritance spent, to be honest with you.
Hey,
Like,
we don't owe you anything. We gave you a good life, a good education.
Yeah, but that's technically my money. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at this. It doesn't seem fair at this point.
What do you mean fair? We worked hard our whole lives for this money, not to give to our children.
No,
Our
but at
children are capable of making their own money and their
but
own
at some
lives.
point, it's mine too, though. It's mine. It's
No,
mine.
it's not
Like,
yours.
You're
It's
being
mine.
greedy.
Oh, this generation kills me. Your money is my money.
You know what it reminds me of? Those seagulls when they go,
Mine.
Yes.
uh-huh.
Oh.
Exactly. Well, you just never know. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I want to use my retirement money for what I want to do, you know?
And that's what I
Correct.
try to tell people. That's what I ask them. What do you want? You know, I want to make sure that we have in place something that carries your legacy and the peace that comes with it. Like, let's get a plan in place of exactly who and what, because then the peace will go with it. You know, do you want the grandkids? Do you want a charity? Whatever. And then there are, like I've just got done saying, there's some that are like, I can't give this amount of money to this person in my family. They will destroy their lives.
Yeah. Well, and I think it goes back to, we talked many times about, people have worked their whole life and they're very focused on, I'm accumulating, I'm working. My next thing is to get up and go to work. And they never take a step back and say, what do I actually want to do when I have free time and the money to do it? And so then now you have this generation that says, well, I need your help still, and I still need this, and I still want that. And some of those parents, I think we've sat across and they're like, well, my kids still need this. And it's like, well, yes, but not at the detriment to you.
Right.
And so, that is a conversation that we have. And I think we're on the other end where, you have worked hard for this. What is it that you want to do? And you can make that happen. And if part of what you want to do is to leave something to the children, to the grandkids, we can formulate that in the plan. But what is it that you actually want to do and enjoy life for the time that you have?
Your experiences.
Yes.
I don't know anybody that doesn't enjoy experiences, whether it's a good meal, good dessert. I'm all about desserts. My coffee every day. Or they're traveling. Yeah. Some people don't want to travel, and I get it. I love traveling, and I want those experiences, and I want my family to remember those. I can remember my grandparents from holidays. That's it. They come and tell me about their experiences, which has made me want to go see the world, what my grandparents did, and she'd come home and bring a little trinket or whatever, and she would paint the picture of what it was like over there, and I loved it. Now I'm wanting to go on those experiences. Not all of them, but most of them with now my kids and grandkids. Right. It's different when you're traveling with real young ones, of course, but a little more difficult. But she'll get there.
No.
It's the baby. And we probably are more stressed than she is about traveling because she just sits in her chair and drinks her milk. But it's just going out and having those experiences and sharing it. So, I get what that guy's saying. Exactly. And I've seen plenty of it. And we have clients that'll come in and say, one guy, I have a lot of waiters in my life. And I'm like, what's that mean? He said, they're waiting for me to die.
Yeah.
And he said, boy, won't they be shocked.
I like the end of it.
Joke's on them.
Yes. Yeah. That's it.
That's really it.
But you should have those conversations ahead of time, not late.
Right?
I know somebody that calls it time travel money. And instead of, compiling it and giving it to his children and grandchildren later, he's doing exactly what you're talking about, Suzanne. He's taking everybody on these big trips. He took all the grandkids to Disney and did all first class Disney stuff, right? No expense, right? Everything was taken care of. So he calls it time travel money. But however you want to do it, if you want to do the time travel money, if you don't want to leave him anything, if you want to leave him this or that, it's all about having that plan in place, that estate plan, right? Not just a will. And this is something that you can go through in detail with Suzanne. That phone number, 918-890-8311, 918-890-8311. That website, dimetodiamondsradio.com. Coming up, you've saved for retirement, but how do you turn it into income? We'll be right back.
When you retire, the paycheck from your job will likely stop. But here's what won't stop: bills, taxes, and medical issues. Sure, there's Social Security, but that may not be enough. Suzanne Porsky and the team at Phoenix Financial Group can show you how to develop a new stream of income that can last as long as you live, kind of like having your own personal pension. You won't have to worry about whether the market is up or down or who's sitting in the White House. You can spend your time instead on the things that matter, like family, friends, and doing the things you never had time to do before. Call Suzanne today at 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. And schedule a custom income review at no charge to find out where you stand now and how Suzanne can help you build income in retirement at 918-890-8311 or online at dimetodiamondsradio.com.
Welcome back. This is Dime to Diamonds. We appreciate you joining us here today. I am Jessica, joined with Suzanne of Phoenix Financial Group and Rochelle of Harp CPA. That phone number, 918-890-8311. The website, dimetodiamondsradio.com. Anything we talk about on today's show that you're thinking, you know what? I need more information about that. Or if you've already decided, I got to get serious about this whole retirement thing, well, that's where we come in. 918-890-8311. There is a generation getting close to retirement that really feels like they had to figure it all out as it happened, really. Like TikTok poster Jenny McBolden.
Pensions disappeared. My parents didn't have one. I remember hearing about them at my grandparents' generation. But for us, there was no pension. The best we were told was Social Security. Back in the 80s, the 401k was given birth to. But did you receive any information in high school or in college of how a 401k was to be used for retirement? How you were supposed to use that as your tool? No. Back in the 80s, I remember hearing the CDs were all the big ways to make money.
That's it. All comes down to education here. So how often do you see people in their 50s? You know, they've done a great job saving in their 401k, but at the end of the day, they were never shown how to turn this into retirement income.
50s and 60s. Yeah, I'm in the 60 category now. So, Jess, after helping families retire, gosh, I've been doing, like I said, over 4 decades. You see these people come in, they've been saving for 30, 40, 50 years maybe. They know how to accumulate. Mm-hmm. They have absolutely no idea how to spend it and in what order and how, like we do, teach them, mitigate the taxes on it. Most people, like I said, know how to save. It's climbing up that mountain. You're getting towards the top, which is retirement. Nobody has taught them how to safely come down and enjoy the other side of the mountain, the other part of life. And so when retirement arrives, they suddenly have these questions on how much can I safely withdraw? And any little thing, if it's a roof or a fence that needs replaced or a tree taken out, is when usually they're absolutely panicked. Like, oh my gosh, like they only have this one bag of rice, because I think of Survivor, the show, and then how do I take it out? How do I make the most of it and not waste it, and get taxation, because those are never before taxed assets, all that stuff. And then Social Security, when to take it. That's another big question we answer all the time.
Yeah, and I liked a lot of the information that she was giving out there. So we know that I'm not a huge fan of pensions, so I'm actually glad that they did go away. I think it's much, I like to have control, so I prefer to be able to have that. And I felt pensions relied too much on the other companies. But the piece that I think people don't always understand is that Social Security was never meant to replace your full income. It was really only designed, or intended is the way to say it, to replace about 40% of your working income. The rest of that 60% needed to come from somewhere else. And I think that's the piece that sometimes people don't always understand. And I think it was nice that she mentioned both of those. And so then when you talk about the 401ks, it was new and nobody really knew what they were doing or how it was going to all work out. And then here come CDs. And so I do think that generation didn't have the same type of education. I also think there wasn't, a test and a trial of seeing how all that pans out. But now we do. And I think there's a great opportunity for individuals to reach out to professionals and walk through with what is it that we have and how can we best, most efficiently get that to us monthly.
And create a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, that's all they've ever known is a paycheck. And that's one of the biggest things I tell people once they do retire. I'm like, please stay in touch. We really need to talk this first year. It's all new.
Mm-hmm.
In about 3 months, you're going to probably be really irritated with the person you've been with for 24/7 because you've only seen them on the weekends, and then the rest of it is financially. All of a sudden, that baseboard that was bugging the heck out of you, you're going to pull it and find out that there's maybe some black mold in there, which is going to make you want to take out the carpet and the wall.
Yep.
And I'm talking from experience because I did this during the pandemic. I'm like, hey, that baseboard, I'm going to repaint it. Oh, what is that? Oh, wait. That's mold.
Yeah, it always goes into a bigger project for sure.
So then all of a sudden you start spending money or you panic that you can't spend money. So that's why I'm like, get a team. And that's really what I pride ourselves in. We have a team here. Right, Jess? I mean, we're all together working for your best interest and your betterment and making sure. And we know we've been on these seas. There's rough seas and there's calm seas, and we've been through them all. I've had 4 decades of this. I know how to help you plan and prepare for it. without maybe you even knowing I'm doing that. And then how many times do you and I talk about people's clients' portfolios? They're nowhere around. It's because you and I have sat with them and we'll have additional information where we're on something else.
Right.
And go, hey, remember that with Barbara or Jennifer or whoever, and we go back to it and we're working on their cases for them and solving problems that could possibly come up that they have no idea that because they haven't had that experience or met somebody with it. So.
And hopefully never see. You know,
Right.
some of the times is we're preparing and doing different things and you never see it because we got you prepared for it.
Right. I've been on the accumulation side, and this is where I tell people what got you to retirement will not get you as successfully through retirement. Accumulation, that is absolutely awesome. And you can even keep playing with that stuff, but make sure that that percentage is appropriate. Whatever your age is, I am 60. So minus that from 100, 60% of my portfolio of my money needs to have a zero floor.
Right.
That's meaning it doesn't participate in the downside of the market. That does not mean I go put it in CDs that's not keeping up with inflation. That means I'm going to talk to a professional that's got my best interest at heart. Make sure they put me in some sort of an investment vehicle that doesn't have fees or doesn't have a lot of fee drag on it. And then 40%, my gosh, go play. Go do whatever you need to do. Go, the latest, greatest stock or whatever. For me, I'm just like, no, I've seen it. I've been here, done that. Let's just get stuff that I know is going to be here 10 years from now.
Consistency. I think consistency is the most important piece throughout, whether you're in retirement or before retirement. It's not the big decisions that got made that made somebody, a billionaire or millionaire. It's the consistency of making the same small, good, financially sound decisions time over time, and it's never too late to start those.
Right. And people say, well, look at Elon Musk just overnight. Do you understand what that guy did every single day up to that point?
Not overnight.
I know.
You may have appeared and saw it overnight, but no, he's been working a lifetime and sacrificing a lot of time with family and other things. So
right. Things aren't happening just that quick at that get quick, and even the lottery winners, you have to know what you're doing. It's something that needs to be taken care of, whether it's a car or a house or money or whatever. You have to surround yourself with people that can help you. And we talk about that, Jess, whether it's our health, we go to a professional for our health, for our teeth, for all this different stuff. And then somehow people go, I'm going to do my finances myself.
Yeah, what? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you want a strong team behind you, supporting you and encouraging you and helping you along the way. I mean, there's a reason why Rochelle and Suzanne, they've been doing what they've been doing for, as you talked about, Suzanne, over 4 decades here, Rochelle for a long time as well. And this is something that you go to the professionals for, right? This is not something you go online and, oh my gosh, if I hear one more person say that they're using AI to design their retirement, that blows me away right there, that somebody would put AI in charge of their life savings. Have you guys seen a lot of this, heard a lot of this?
Thank God, no. I mean, I hear people that I call it water cooler investing. My friends told me, or I was listening to whatever, the latest, greatest on social media. What should I do? I'm like, no, I would just turn it off and have a conversation.
Well, I think that's the other piece of it is even if you're listening to the water cooler advice or you're doing the AI, it's not having all of the conversations with you and it's not putting pieces together. It's going to take whatever information you give it that you know to give, but it doesn't know to ask you 15 more questions to get to this part over here that needs to be factored in. And so I think, people would be really surprised at how much information is being missed because they're not reaching out to someone who can connect the dots or has walked that path before.
And I'm not against AI. Hey, my AC went out this week. It was flipping hot. And so I went out and I took a picture of it and the serial number and I asked, this is the sound it's making. What should I be looking for? It says call a professional, first of all. But then it told me the make, model, and number. And if it's making that clicking sound, it's most likely the dual capacitor. That's what you're going to tell the professional. So I did. I told the number. I said, this is what AI is telling me it is because this is not my bus seat. I don't know what the heck I'm doing other than I'm really hot and I'm annoyed right now. And the guy came out and fixed it within like 7 or 8 minutes. He's like, thanks for telling us all that because I was able to put it in the truck when I came out here. And you nailed it. And I'm like, well, I really didn't do anything. But so AI is good.
Correct.
But not for
AI is a good tool.
Not financial picture. Are you kidding me right now?
No.
And I think you hit it.
Yeah.
right on the head, Jess, with it's a tool that can be used to help you come more prepared, but it should not be the only driver.
Like, yeah, what's the ticker symbol for, Vanguard's whatever fund? And it'll tell you, or SPY or whatever. But no. It doesn't ask you your family's time horizon. You don't even know the questions to ask it, to be honest. And again, as a licensed, professional here, we've got a lot of experience, and a lot of times I know for us, and where we have the advantage as women, we have intuition.
Right.
There are times that stuff comes out of my mouth and I'm like, I don't even know why I just asked him that. And they go, how did you know that my family's all passed away young? I don't know. It just came, it's all of a sudden this whole conversation's going in that direction. And I don't go proclaiming this to everybody, but I don't shy away from that. I feel like this is a ministry for us, is that we're here serving, doing what we know best. I've tried to do other things. It just doesn't pan out. It's just one of those, this is my bussy. This is my calling. I have family that was the first female vice president of Bank of America way back in the 80s, and broke that glass ceiling and did that. And I thought, is that not just crazy dumb?
It's just in your blood.
Right?
This is what you're going to do.
It's in your blood.
Blazing the trail.
Exactly.
Carrying it on.
Yep. I love it. Well, listen, if you're looking for support, you're looking for a good team that has your best interest at heart and somebody that's going to lead you to a successful and confident retirement, give a call today. You'll be able to sit down with Suzanne and Rochelle one-on-one. Complimentary, by the way, guys. All about this custom financial needs analysis. What do you need for your financial plan? That phone number, 918-890-8311, 918-890-8311. That website, dimetodiamondsradio.com. That is going to do it for us this week. Again, we appreciate you joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you. We'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you so much, listeners, and please stop by. We want to see you, and I if we have the time or you have the interest, I'll bring you in here. You can see our room that we stare at each other and hope that you guys are being entertained and that we're helping you. That's really what we're giving our time and energy up is, if we can be a help and a blessing to anybody for any reason, and maybe not just you, your family. We've seen a lot of that, right, Rochelle?
Correct. There's many times where individuals are, they feel that they've gone down that path and they've started getting prepared, but they need their mom or they need their sister or grandparents, and they'll bring them in and just make that a comfortable introduction. And it's fantastic to be able to help individuals help get themselves and others prepared.
Thank you for joining us today. Again, I'd love to see you grab some popcorn and say hi to us. And you guys make it a great week. Enjoy yourselves.
Yes, please come in and share your stories and let us help you.
By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities, offered through Suzanne Porsky, NPN number 2624550. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. Dime to Diamonds is a personal slogan and program inspired by overcoming challenges. It's motivational and does not guarantee financial results or performance.